Hello, thank you for joining me today. We're going to start off in a seated position. Gonna just open through the chest, relax the shoulders down, placing the hands on the knees with the arms straight. Take a big breath in, feel free to close the eyes. Let it go out the mouth. Feel everything soften as you exhale. Take two more like this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more. Sit in our space on our mats for a moment. Focusing on our breathing, inhalation, exhalation through the nose. If you'd like, you can stay seated still and you can begin to find some circles, the head, in any direction. Any way that feels natural to you. Then bring the chin to the chest, pause, all the way to the second side, begin. Breathing freely and naturally through this movement. Bring it all the way back to the center. Open the eyes, inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Palms face toward each other, reach up. You can lift the shoulders toward the ears. Getting long through the sides of the upper back. Feel the shoulders working and engaged. And see if you can reach your thumbs back even further. Maybe the arms start to come behind the ears. Keep pulling your rib cage in, avoid back bending. Take a big inhale, turn the palms out. Exhale, slowly lower the hands down. Inhale, reach the arms all the way back up. Interlace fingers, turn the palms up to the sky. Same thing, reach up. You can allow the shoulders to lift. We're going to reach our hands back behind us if we can, lifting the chest this time. And as you exhale, rounding to cat. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, rounding. You're seated here. One more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. Bring the hands all the way out to the mat. Shifting forward into tabletop. Pull your belly in. And start to shift forward and back a few times. And tuck your toes, press up to first down dog. And just move around in any way that you choose. Movements can be shifting forward and back. Can be lifting one leg and then the other. Be pedaling out the feet, right and left. Be bending both knees at the same time. So just take this time here to feel out your body. From here, tuck your tailbone under, pull the rib cage in, and start to shift forward. Shoulders over wrists into a hollow body high plank. Remember this position for later. As you exhale, drop your knees to the ground. Inhale to cow, lift the chest. Tilt the sit bones up, draw the chest through to the front of your mat. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhale, open to cow. Exhale, press and rounding into cat. Continue with this movement, or you can begin to start adding some extra movement to some figure eights. You can close your eyes if it feels a little bit different than what you're used to. Finding spiral-like motions through the spine. Switch directions if you're following along in this way. Good. From here, tuck your toes and bring it back to downward facing dog. Hold here, gazing down the tip of the nose, either in between the thighs or all the way toward your navel. You feel tight through the hamstrings or the lower back or maybe even the hips. Bend the knees a little bit to tilt the sit bones higher. Try your best to get a longer spine. From here, you're simply going to step the left foot in between the hands, moving through that hollow body high plank we did earlier. Walk down the middle of the feet and keep the toes pointed forward. You're simply going to shift from side to side, keeping the knees bending in line with the toes as you shift from side to side. Bend it all the way over to the right leg. Take your left hand to the right ankle. And then you can reach your right arm all the way up for a twist. Exhale, switch. Take the right hand over to the left leg. Inhale, reach your left arm up. 2 more times. Exhale. Reach your right arm up as you breathe in. Exhale to change side. Try and stay strong through the right leg. Inhaling the left arm up. Last one. Reach the arm up as you inhale. Switch over to the next side as you exhale. Bring it to the last round. Come all the way to the center of the legs. From here, you can have a soft bend in the knees. You feel tight through the backside body, or even stay in straight legs. Tilt the sit bones up, draw the chest forward and through like cow position. Exhale, fold down the middle of the legs. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Suck your low belly in, creating a bandha, a lock. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Uddiyana Bandha, pull the low belly up and in. If you have straight legs, squeeze the quadricep. Exhale, forward fold. Good. From here, last halfway lift. Holding your halfway lift here, draw your chest forward and through the arms. Point the sit bones up. Gaze down the tip of the nose. You have straight legs, squeeze through the front of the legs. Otherwise, continue to bend your knee and try to get the sit bones higher to the sky. Travel back to the front of your mat and step the back foot to meet the front in a halfway lift. Again, the cow spine. Get the chest and belly to touch the thighs and then take a forward fold. 2 more. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Reverse swan dive. Arms extend to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Pause, take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward and in. Back into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lifting. Exhale, plant the palms. Step back here. Lower down any way you see fit. You can do knees, chest, chin. You can lower all the way to the belly with the knees up or the knees down. Come all the way. First one, we're going to separate the feet about mat width distance. Fingertips can be slightly in front of the shoulders. Elbows squeeze in, pubic bone presses down. Thighs contract. Inhale. Feel the chest up. Option to look up and back. And just roll it down as you exhale. Scoop the low belly up and in. Open into cobra, squeeze the back. Exhale, draw it down. One more time, come up and hold it up here. You can take your hands a little wider and onto the fingertips. Really press the top of the feet down to lift your knees up. Twist to the right, drop your left shoulder down as you exhale. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, one more each side. Exhale, twist to the right. Coming up on the inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Bring it all the way back up and roll it down. Belly, chest, and last is your chin. Coming back in through high plank or to a modified plank on the knees. Scoop the low belly in. Press up. Tuck your toes into downward facing dog. Breathe and hold here. Look forward and step, walk, or maybe float all the way back into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, bring hands to heart center. A little bit quicker this time. Inhale, reach up. Maybe up and back slightly. Exhale, folding forward and in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, lower down any way you see fit. Keep the legs together this time and the belly button on the ground. Find your baby cobra. Feel the hands isometrically, wanting to drag back, help you engage through the upper back to lift higher. Barely any arm strength. Feel your back squeezing. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, press it to downward facing dog, lengthening out the spine. Inhale, look forward, step, walk, or take a light hop to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant the palms, step back. Lower down, your own variation.
Take that baby cobra again. Hold it here. Fingers together. Peel yourself up like you're rolling a yoga mat. Bring it down. Take it back to the wide-legged variation. Come up a little higher. Get the knees off the ground by squeezing the front of the legs, pressing the tops of the feet and the pubic bone down. Exhale, press back into a child's pose. Knees apart, hips sit back. Walk your hands away from your feet. Taking it into a side bend, walk your hands to the right. Keep pressing the left hip down as your left hand grabs the right wrist. Drop the head. Bring it up. For this one, really feel your hands reaching away from your opposite hip. Press and reach at the same time. Drop the head second side. Bring it all the way up. Shift forward and make your way back into downward dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana.
From here, reach your right leg all the way up. Keep your hips square, drawing down to the ground. What you're going to do is you're going to pull the knee all the way into the chest. Continue in down dog. When you can't pull it in anymore, round the back, shifting onto the ball of the left foot. And step it into a lunge from here. Bring the fingertips down, sink the left hip forward and toward your mat, lifting the chest and chin. Exhale, round your forehead to knee in a lunge. Then coming into pyramid pose with the forehead to knee. Inhale, one breath, one movement.
Into cow.
Exhale, start with the head and neck, then move the rest of the body. And then reverse the way you came into it, head and neck is last.
Exhale, rounding.
And back to open.
From here in a low lunge, plant the left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Stay here or start to reach back behind you even more. Keep drawing the right hip down. From here to side angle, you're going to take your right hand inside of your right foot, spin the left heel down to the ground, and reach your left arm to the sky. At the same time, press your pubic bone forward. Look up towards your left thumb. Coming on the inhale to reverse warrior. Left arm down, right arm all the way up and down. Exhale, windmill it down. You can take a vinyasa or simply step up to a downward dog.
From here, the left leg reaches all the way up. Try to squeeze through the left glute. And then bring your knee all the way into chest. When you can't squeeze anymore, round into hollow body, high plank. And step it all the way into your lunge. From here, lunge cow. Start with the chin to chest, then forehead to knee, then all the way to pyramid, straighten the left leg. Inhale, one breath, one movement. Exhale. Last one, inhale, open.
Exhale, round into it. Bring it all the way back. Reach your left arm up into a twist. Keep drawing that left hip down. Bring it into your side angle. Left hand inside of the left foot. Right heel spins down. Press the pubic bone forward. Twist the chest toward the ceiling. Option to look up towards your right thumb. To reverse warrior, legs don't move. Drop the right hand along the back of your back leg. And then lift the left rib cage up as you extend the arm overhead. Exhale, windmill it down. You can find a vinyasa flow or simply step back to down dog and hold one breath. Okay, we'll do it a little bit quicker this time. Inhale, reach your right leg all the way up. Exhale, come through. Step it out. Reach into cow. And then all the way into cat. Just one more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Lunge, simple twist. Reach your right arm up. You can stay here, okay? Or you can step into a side plank. Modification for this would be the left knee down. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Step it back into lunge. Side angle. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill it down. Step it back or take a flow. You can hold downward dog for a breath. If you are flowing into your chaturanga vinyasa, meeting in down dog, extend the left leg all the way up. Exhale, pull the knee in, step it through. Lunge, cow, inhale. Into cat, exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Make it into that lunge with a twist. Option to stay here or step it back, side plank. Remember, you have a modification if you choose. For 3, 2, 1. Lift the left leg, step it back into a lunge as you exhale. Come straight into it. Stay for a breath. Only when you come on your next inhale, move it into reverse warrior. From here, exhale, windmill it all the way down. You can go to down dog or take a vinyasa, maybe this time through an upward facing dog, balancing on the tops of the feet and only the palms of the hand. Option to look straight forward, draw the chest through. Option to look up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk our hands all the way to the feet. Bend the knees slightly until your upper body connects to the thighs. Take your index finger, middle finger around the big toes. Inhale, lift halfway. Keep the lower belly connected. Keep looking straight down as you exhale. Elbows bend out to the side, shoulders lift. Leaning slightly into the balls of the feet. If this is too much for you to keep your neck like this, look straight back. Keep pressing the feet into the ground to lift your hips high, but don't lose that belly to thigh connection. It can be really tempting to want to straighten the legs, but look how much length we lose in the back side of the body. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And from here, shift your weight to the left leg. Option 1, heel to ankle, chin. Option 3, all the way to the inner thigh. Tuck the tailbone down and move the knee open. You can keep your hands to hips or at prayer.
If you'd like to move into a different variation, right palm face up, index finger, middle finger connect, and then to the top of the right knee with the top of the hand. Extend the left arm up, palm facing down, reach up, stay here, or reach up and over. Your hip moving to the left, your left hand moving to the right, all at the same time balancing for 3, 2, twist the chest up to the sky, 1, come all the way up, meet with hands at heart center, 1 breath, release, and come straight to the second time. Option 1, 2, 3. Tuck the tailbone, open the knee, move into your variation, whichever one you're taking. Remember, inhale to lengthen, exhale to move into your depth. Fall out of it, just come straight back. Press the hips to the right, reach to the left for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, meet with your hands at heart center, 1 breath. Release. Good, so we're at the back of the mat, right? Go ahead and hinge at the hips once again. And walk it all the way back to downward facing dog for a 3rd round of Surya Namaskar at feet. From here, you're gonna reach the right leg all the way up. We're gonna add on. You can open the hip here, squeeze the right glute. You can look under the right shoulder. Option to bend the knee, stack the hip open. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, bring it all the way into the one-legged hollow body high plank. Okay? Don't lose it. Spin the left inner arch of the foot to the ground. And then hug your left knee with your left arm. Remember, you have the modifications if you need to. Good. From here, if you'd like to move on, you can grab the outside of your right foot, and you can just extend it straight in front of you. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Point the toe, see if you can balance for 3, 2, 1. Drop the foot to the ground and open it to the top right corner of your mat as you extend the hips up, twist the chest to the sky for a fallen triangle. Now as you exhale, bring it back to where you started in the one-legged hollow body high plank. Step your right foot into lunge. Good. From here, come straight into a high lunge. Exhale, open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, make your way to Trikonasana, straighten the right leg. But don't come all the way into it. Just reach forward with the right hand. Lift up with the left heel. Turn both palms face up. And then extend the left arm overhead like you're holding a beach ball. For 3, 2, 1. Back to reverse warrior. Bend the right knee. Stand the side body. And windmill it down. Drop your back knee to the ground. Okay, from here, I'm going to bring the hands to hips. Untuck your back toe. Squeeze through the left glute and press your left hip forward and down. Elbows toward each other. Gazing down the tip of the nose, or feel free to close your eyes, gazing toward the third eye center, right above the center of the brow. From here, extend your left arm up. Twist to the right, left arm outside of the thigh. Palms connect. Lift the sternum up toward your thumbs. Look down. Release. From here, interlace your hands, palms face down, thumbs wrap around the front of your thigh. Hip press forward and down, lift your chest to your chin, and allow your head to drop back. Now, from here, if you want to go further, keep the chest lifting as you straighten the arms. Inner thighs draw in toward each other.
Bring it all the way down. Hands to the earth. Find a half split. If you can, try to tilt the sit bones all the way up toward the ceiling and draw your chest forward and through. Bring it all the way back into a downward facing dog.
Reach your left leg all the way up. Bend the knees, stack the hip. You can twist a little bit by looking underneath the left leg. As you exhale, pull the knee to chest into the hollow body, high plank. Stay here. Make sure you're pressing the earth away. Spin the right inner arch of your foot down to the ground. Option to hug the knee into chest with your right arm. You can stay here. Or you can take the right hand outside of your left foot and just extend it straight forward. For 3, 2, 1. Point the left toe, reach the right arm up. For 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Step it through. High lunge. From here, exhale, open warrior 2. Good. Inhale, reverse warrior up and back. Exhale, straighten the left leg. Pull the femur head into the thigh socket as you reach and tilt forward. Reach with the left fingertips. Palms face up. And then extend the right arm overhead. Palms face toward each other. For 3, 2, 1. Bring it all the way up. Reverse warrior. Windmill it all the way down. Left hand followed by right. Step it. Oh, there we go. Drop it into a lunge. Forgot where I was going. Drop it into a lunge. Hands on the hips. Think about the right hip drawing forward and the left hip back so that one day they'll be squared. Keep pressing the top right foot into the ground as you try your best to tuck the tailbone under. Okay, reach your right arm all the way up. You can bring the left hand to the outer left thigh. Twist. Try to get your armpit outside of the left leg, but anywhere between the elbow and armpit is great. If that's not accessible, right hand to the ground, the open twist we did earlier will be super beneficial still. Lift your sternum toward the thumbs. Focus, steady breath so you don't lose your balance. Good, look down. Bring it back. Interlace opposite thumb on top this time, so whichever one feels funny. Bring it to the top. We've been here before. Let's go into it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift chest. Bring it back up. Look down, bring the hands down. Ardha Hanuman. Shift the hip back. Flex the left foot and try to find a cow spine.
Good. Bring it all the way back. Crawl down the middle of the feet. We've been here before. Now we can go a little bit deeper. Take an inhale, halfway lift. If you have straight legs, really squeeze and tilt the sit bones up. Walk the hands, fingers in line with toes. Lean a little bit forward into the balls of the feet as you exhale. Forehead toward the ground, elbows bend in line with shoulders and wrists. If you feel really tight, you can always walk the feet a little further apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Come into a yoga spider where you bend the knees. You can walk the feet a little closer if they were quite wide. Okay, you want to bend the knees and reach forward. Try and get your hips in line with your knees. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back down. This time, see if you can wrap around to the backs of the heels. Step on the fingers. And then from here, lift the hips up and draw the forehead down. You can bend the elbows to pull if you find that self-adjustment beneficial to your practice. Inhale, halfway lift, release the hands, walk a little bit wider. Then back into the right leg, take that left hand across to the right shin, squeeze really strong through your left leg if it's straight, and then come back into the twist. This time holding the twist, a very active twist. Switch without reaching your hands to the ground. Bring it all the way back to the center. Turn your toes out. You might need to walk your feet closer. Toes out, heels in. Bring the elbows to the knees. Tuck your tailbone under and shift side to side. It's almost as if you're trying to allow your body to come into a really wide malasana, like a yogi squat. But with this extra space between the feet, you come into a different depth within the groin that you can't really hit with the traditional malasana. Come to the center, point the tailbone down. Option to hold on to the inner ankles. Sit down and lift the chest. Squeeze your glutes to continue to actively open up with the external rotation, but you are using your arms as well. See if you can stay here and reach your arms up for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Woo. Turn the left toes to point straight forward toward the front of your mat. And then you're going to twist the hips into pyramid pose. The right toe turns in toward the top right corner of your mat. From here, you're going to keep your hands at the hips. You might need to bend the left knee a little bit. Tip forward. Squeeze your elbows. This first couple of breaths, we're going to have no hands on the ground, so that you really feel what it's like to use the legs. Bring the hands down when you're ready. Take an inhale, halfway lift. You might just stay here. You might be able to forward fold deeper and get the rib cage to the thigh. Think about twisting the belly button, your navel, over the thigh. Eventually, one day you can imagine the chin to shin, but you can always place the forehead there as well if you have any neck injuries or issues that you're dealing with.
Reach your hand back to your hips. Inhale up. Rotate on the heels to the second side. And twist that left hip forward. Engage and pull up through the right quadricep. Tip the sit bones up as you hinge forward at the hips, gazing toward the right big toe. When you're ready, you can bring the hands down. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Stay here or fold deeper. You can always adjust yourself as needed, but once you commit to the posture, just commit to it. Exhale, bring the hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up. If you have a block, you can use it here. We're gonna come into revolve triangle, back to the first side. Coming into it the same way we came into the previous posture. Hinge forward. You can place the right hand on the block or the ground inside, or eventually maybe one day outside of the left foot. A bend in the left knee is okay if you need it. From here, you're gonna reach the left arm up and twist. You pull that left hip back and twist the chest here to the left side. If you can, look toward the left thumb. Look down as you exhale. Come all the way up and rotate, hands to hips. Lean forward. Go ahead and come into it on the second side. Left hand down on the block or the ground. Maybe you even grab onto the shin, somewhere in the middle. Whatever you do, pull that right hip back. Twist the chest through and lift up through the right fingertips. Look down and come all the way up. Let's bring it all the way to the front of the mat. Plant the palms. Step back. Drop your knees down. From here, we're going to come into Anahata our heart pose. Inhale to cow. Keep the sit bones up like so. From here, keep the chest drawing forward. Chin up. Walk the hands. Now, if you can bring the chest and chin to the ground. Right? If that's not an option, you can bring the forehead to the ground. You're going to reach forward with the fingertips, reach down with the chest, and reach up with the sit bones. Some days it might touch, others it might not. And that's okay. You're going to pull the belly in and shift forward onto your forearms. For Sphinx pose, so walk the thighs and feet together. Okay, squeezing one tail, no space. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs, press the pubic bone down, elbows under the shoulders. Isometrically drag the hands back so they want to feel like you're dragging back, but they don't actually move. This helps pull your chest through. An option to look forward down the tip of the nose or up toward the ceiling. You can play around with what you need to do to feel the activation in the upper back. This one took me years to feel like I was
doing something. Press back into child's pose with the knees together. Extend the hands back toward the back of the mat. Let's come back into our downward facing dog as we're ready. From here, reach your right leg all the way up. Bend the knee, stack the hip. You can stay here or turn the left toes to the right and drop the right toes to the ground. This can be your posture here, or you can take it into a back bend by lifting the hips and rotating the chest up and the hand toward the ground. Reach it back up, inhale. Okay, come back into that one-legged plank we were in as you exhale. Hug the knee in. Okay, stay here or grab the outside of your right foot. Extend it forward or straight ahead or extend it toward the top of the mat. Maybe you can look underneath your arm for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Bring it to downward facing dog. Okay, so from here, you're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Reach the left leg up. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Option to drop it down. Option to expand it. Hold it. Bring it up. Knee to chest, rotate the toe in the opposite direction. Hug the knee. Maybe grab the foot. You can come straight out or toward the front. Option to look underneath your arm for 3, 2, 1. Now let's even it out because I forgot this on the first round. Come into a fallen triangle. Extend the legs out and open. Coming into that nice expanded fallen triangle. Bring it all the way back and down, dog. From here, walk it all the way back to your feet again. This time, Hatha Vinyasa. Palms face up, fingers together. Step on the palms of your hand until your toes reach your wrist crease. Bend the knees, take an inhale, lift halfway, hips up, head down. Lift the shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Good. From here, bring the hands to hips. Inhale, all the way up. From here, we're going to do another standing balancing, but more of a hip opening posture, our figure 4. Take your left heel on top of the right knee. Open it out and flex the foot. Okay, from here, you're going to sit your hips back. You can bring your hands to the ankle and knee. If you'd like, keep the chest open. Breathe. For 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Switch the leg. Take the right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex the foot. Okay, send your hips back. Keep your chest open and proud. You can place the forearms or the hands on the ankle and knee. Keep the chest moving forward for 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Good. From here, make your way back to the back of the mat. And hinge back down at the hips. Walk it all the way forward. Okay. From here, we're going to lower down onto our forearms. You can do one at a time or see how it is to to do two at the same time. You gotta rotate the triceps to point back toward the knees. Look forward. Okay, we're looking forward. In between the forearms or wrists. You might need to bend the knees. You're gonna push the ground away and get high. Look and hold. Okay, you can hold here or walk closer. Option to lift one leg in the sky. Couple breaths. Lift two legs in the sky. Couple breaths. If an inversion is in your practice, you can take it with both legs in the sky. For me, it's nighttime, so I'm just gonna stay here in dolphin for 3, 2, 1. Press back to down dog. Bend your knees. Press your chest deeply toward your thighs and just sway side to side. Think about one day your head touching the ground. From here, step your left foot through, spin your back heel down, come up into a warrior two. Bend the knee over the ankle, point the tailbone slightly down, reaching forward and back. Look over the left fingertips. Get the strength first and then move into the depth. Come back to the side angle posture we did earlier. Option to wrap the right hand back and around. Now you can stay here with a half bind or take that left hand under. The left hand will grab the right fingertips, palm, or wrist. Keep pressing the pubic bone forward. Twist the chest up. One day maybe your right arm will be straight. But don't worry about forcing it. If you cannot breathe, you've gone too far. Release it, and then come all the way up into the second side. Warrior two on the right. Find your setup, find your strength and stability. Come into your side angle. Tuck the pubic bone in and forward. Half bind. If and only if you're ready for it, full bind. Breathe. Come all the way up and down into a lunge on the left leg toward the front of your mat. Walk your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. Tuck the toe. Come up on the ball of the foot and on the fingertips. And shift forward and back a few times. Same principle as we did the low lunge, the Kapyasana or Anjaneyasana, some people call it. Okay, hold here. You're going to press the right hip down and forward, but lift your chest slightly. Lower the back knee, untuck the toe, press the top of the foot. Keep the chest open. Option to walk the hands forward. Option to drop the elbows down. Keep the knee hugging in towards your shoulder. And keep the big toe on the ground. We'll come into a different variation in a moment. We'll go ahead and walk it up. You might need to put a block or two underneath your right hand. You might not. You're gonna bend the right foot up. Take the left arm back and around. Now, if you need to, we're gonna focus on the right leg, so you can roll to the outside edge of your left foot if you like that variation. We're going to kick into our hand, and then we're gonna pull the foot into our hip. We're gonna kick into our hand, find a back bend, chest opening, and then we're gonna pull it in. Last one. Hold here and breathe. Lift the chest to the chin. Option to look back for 3, 2, and 1. Now pull the rib cage in and see if you can bring that left big toe back down
to the mat. You're bringing the right toes toward the left glute. Now release it and walk your left foot over for a half pigeon. Now, if you have a very tight hip, you can start in a deer pose, which is like a half pigeon with your shin parallel to the top of your mat. And then you just bend the back knee and you fold over the front leg. You can always stay there for a couple of breaths before you make your way into the sleeping pigeon. And if you can't keep that left hip on the ground, just pull that left foot closer in towards your right hip so you can rotate that right hip forward. Flexing through the left foot. No pain. No pain in the knee. Chest proud. Keep the chest open. So avoid the tendency to round into your pigeon. Keep the chest open here. And then you can move to the forearms. Keep that outside edge of your quadricep rolling toward the mat. If you can keep the chest broad, then you can reach the chin to the ground and hold. And come up. Now really pull that foot all the way in so your left knee is pointed slightly forward more. That way you can balance. You can always place a blanket, a pillow, or even a block underneath your left hip or hamstring. From here, you're gonna pull that right foot in. You can give it a few pumps, and then pause. You're gonna attempt to twist your chest forward to the front. It's quite intense. Stay here, or you can wrap the arm around the foot until it comes into the crook of your elbow. Next option would be just to clasp the hands in front of you. And then if you'd like to move on, you can reach the left arm up and around. And then from here, you would attempt to turn the chest forward and look forward and maybe up. Now, if you have the flip grip in your practice, you can take it. Okay. I won't tutorial that one, but if you already know how to do it, you can do it. Release. Come into a downward dog. Just pedal it out. All right, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Come into that high lizard posture, shifting forward and back. And pause for a couple of breaths. Drop the back knee, untuck the toe, press the top of the foot down. Option to walk the hands forward. Option to lower the forearms. Now avoid rounding the back just so you can get the forearms down because you lose a lot of the benefit. Keep the chest open even if that means you cannot lower the forearm. Right, come back up. For the twist, we've been here before. Reach the right arm back. Do the second side. Grab onto the foot. Now you're going to kick into the hand, lift the chest. And then pull the chest in and the foot to the hip. Take a couple more. And hold the kick back. Here's a back bend. You're lifting the chest. You're looking like you're opening the shoulder. Strengthening through the spine, lengthening through the front of the left hip. Now pull the rib cage in and twist the right rib cage down to the ground. Bring the right toe back to your mat as you pull the toes to the opposite hip. Release. Walk it into your half pitch. And now if you do that deer pose, that's going to be up to you. We're going to come into it straight away here, but moving at your own pace. So if you need that deer, take the deer. But if you don't, no worries. Remember the principles of the posture we talked about on the first side. Walk it up. Pull the foot in. Knee pointed slightly more forward. Roll that left hip point forward. Grab onto the top of that left foot from the inside. Just kind of pump it a few times. Can feel a lot different from one side to the other. Hold it in. Option to wrap. Option to wrap from the front of the chest or from up and overhead. If you have the flip grip, you can take that if it's in your practice. Come out of whatever variation you're in. From here, you're going to lean to the right, swing the left foot around to the front. From here, we're going to hug opposite arm to opposite elbow underneath our thighs. And we're going to round the back, lean into it, forehead to knee. Bring it back into a cow-like position. Take the index finger, middle finger around the big toes. You can start to walk your hips back until you feel that pulling sensation, keeping the upper body connected to the thighs. You can gaze toward your ankles. Option to wrap the outside edges of the feet if that's falling to you. If you know another variation that you'd like to take, feel free to take it. Important to remember here is to roll the inner thighs toward one another. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, make your way to laying down on the back for a supine twist. Shift the hips forward. I like the eagle leg variation, so you can cross the right thigh on top of the left. You can stay here or fully wrap. Open the arms and drop the knees to the left, gaze to the right. If you'd like, you can just place the left hand on top of the right knee. Bring it all the way back up. Hug it in. Calibrate. And switch across the opposite leg on top. Move into the twist. Bring it all the way back to the center. Hug the knees. You have an option to bring the palms down and reach the feet up to the sky. And since you're at home, or if you're at home, you can always do this up against a wall, because if you're doing this posture, you won't be able to move into the other variations. So you'll be here for quite a while. So go ahead and set up next to a wall if that's where you're at. Otherwise, shoulder stand by moving through Halasana. Rock to the right, rock to the left, squeeze the shoulder blades in, bring the hands to the back. You can reach one leg up, couple breaths each side, or you can go both legs up. You can even do it at the same time. Chin to chest, don't look anywhere besides up, toward your navel. Now you can do everything with straight legs, or you can take a lotus if it's in your practice for the next variation. You're gonna hug your knees to the outside edges of the ears, keeping the toes together, or you're gonna bring the shins to forehead in lotus and hug your legs. From here, we're gonna come into fish pose. You can do it with lotus, or you can do it with straight legs. You're gonna drop the knees or the feet to the ground, and then you're gonna prop up onto the elbows, and then drop the top of your head down. I like to close my eyes and look to my third eye center at this point. Bring it all the way back and in, hug it in. Shake out the legs a little bit if you are doing the lotus. Bring the feet together and the knees open wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. You can even extend the arms up. And bring the hands down beside your hips with the palms facing up, and then extend one leg straight and the other leg straight. For Shavasana, move around any way you need to. Take a big inhale through the nose, close your eyes, and exhale out the mouth. Slowly release. Please stay in Shavasana. If you have the time, up to 10 minutes is ideal, or even longer. If you're short on time, 5 minutes is really great. I'm going to seal the practice here for us, but please continue to rest, and just when you're finished on your own, you can seal your own personal practice. I'm going to say one Om and close the class while you continue to rest in your final posture. Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.